Hello, Steve White, Trick by 89 for Steve Arts 89. Not a lot happened in this week's episode. Room for growth. Basically the engineers were stressed from restoring the whole ship after it had been converted into some sort of what was the name of the mask from the episode Masks from Star Trek Next Generation Season 7. I think it was D'Arcy or something? Yeah, D'Arcy archives. Basically, the captain was possessed by Manuki, or whatever its name was, and she was possessed and running through the whole ship, turning the whole ship into vines and rock and whatever that they did in the episode Masks. It's not my favourite. I've only watched it a couple of times. So the engineers spent like the week restoring the ship, and they were stressed, and it's like, okay, we're going to send you to some relaxation spot. I don't know. I don't think it was a planet. I think it was a space station or something. And they, of course, can't stop. They can't stop working. They can't stop trying to fix things, finding problems to solve. And the captain is slowly losing her mind because she wants them to relax, and they can't stop. So she's stressing out more than them. And eventually they end up treating her for the stress. And the engineers create a machine that literally sucks the stress out of her, and she's fine, and they all go off happy. And then the people who run the relaxation station, I don't know what to call it, they're like, yeah, throw this out there like right now, because this is basically going to make us redundant. So that was sort of like the B story. The A story was the beta shift. Basically, the lower deckers, they've heard that there's 4 rooms on deck 1 that's available. So they want to try and get these better rooms because they are sharing accommodations, which I don't really think really would happen in Star Trek Next Generation. It was one of the complaints I had about the first season, that the way they had the lower deck cadets living, like sharing bunks in like a hallway. There's no way that would happen. But they want to get out of that. And the Delta Shift was planning to fix the lottery, because there's like a lottery to get the rooms. I mean, just this whole scarcity issue, it's just something that doesn't exist in Star Trek and wouldn't exist on the ships. But they are trying to fix it, and Tindy hears their plan, and they try to get ahead of them and beat them at their own game. Doesn't quite work. They hang out with them, and they actually act like we're all friends. Oh, gee, we really didn't know each other so well because we're on different shifts, and wow, we can all just be friends. We'll all put our names in and blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as this door that they're waiting to open, because they've crawled all the way through the areas of the ship that you never see and gone through all these, it's like a maze of just problems and things that happen, like things turning on where they're walking through them, like the gravity generators and stuff like that. It's just, it's just one thing after another. And then they get ahead of them, and they're like, oh, they fooled us. And then they realize, you know what? There's only one room available, not 4. Let's just let them have it. And because we want to stick together and be friends, and these guys can just, be split up, so they don't even enter their details into it. And then they go back to the mess hall, and what do they find? The 4 members of Delta crew have moved into the one room, which compared to their, bunks in the hallway is luxurious, even with 4 beds in there. And they're all, why didn't we do that? And Rutherford is like, why didn't you put my name in for it? And they're like, well, we didn't think you'd want to be split up from us. And he's like, yeah, of course, that's what we all want. We all want that. We could have had one room. It could have been our own little pad. And yeah, that's sort of the end of the episode. Not a lot happened. It was fun. The thing I like about the show is it seems to be from the original canon universe. Everything looks like Star Trek. Everything sounds like Star Trek, even though a lot of the time they're making fun of Star Trek as opposed to making, the comedy humor isn't really with the show in some ways. But aside from that, which seems to be less prominent in the 3rd season, not much happened. I'm just realising as I'm talking about it, not much happened. Oh, there was another little scene in the holodeck with the crazy cat doctor. and the Bajoran security guard, apparently they have a thing happening, and yeah, that was kind of funny, but that's really it. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't know, Lower Decks is fine now. I hated it the first season, got better in the second season, third season's doing fine. Nothing to complain about. Bye.